I'm Teacher Prix, and I want to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Welcome to another live video. It's Friday. I hope you had an amazing week. So if you're joining now, if you're new here, hey, you have to subscribe because every week I post different videos to help you become a better English speaker. So let's see who is joining. Let me get to the live chat because 1 second. I need to get to the live chat. Let's see. All right. Hi, everyone. Let me say, hey, guys. Thanks for joining. Well, I'm very excited about tonight's video. A month ago, teacher Milena invited me to make a video about 5 phrasal verbs I like. She actually tagged me. It's a phrasal verb tag that has been around YouTube. Most YouTube teachers are making these videos about phrasal verbs they like. So today it's my turn. I'm gonna talk to you about my favorite phrasal verbs. Okay. Hi, Tronco, Rafael, Tamires, Sally, José, Jaime. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. You're taking the time to watch this live video. You stopped everything you were doing to dedicate some time to study English, to listen, to talk, to chat here in the live chat. So I'm very excited that you guys are joining. I'm not making live videos every week. I'll be making live videos on the first and third Friday of every month. Okay, I'm checking to see if that works out, and then maybe in the future I'll go back to making weekly live videos. All right. Hi, Edvan. Hi, Antonio. Thank you so much for joining. And if it's your first time here, hey, let me know. If you're watching the live video, let me know if it's your first time watching this video, like here in the channel. And if you're watching the replay and it was the first time you came across my channel, hey, thank you so much. Let me know in the comments so that I can say welcome to this beautiful community. We're almost 19,000 subscribers. This is so awesome. Anyways, today I want to talk to you guys about 5 phrasal verbs I love. Okay, and I decided to make this video as a live video because I want to see your examples. Okay, so as I give you my phrasal verbs, as I start talking about my phrasal verbs, please share your examples. All right, it's gonna be great. It's an amazing opportunity for you to practice. I will try to read as many phrasal verbs as possible. So let's make this work. All right. Good. Before I go straight to my favorite phrasal verbs, my 5 phrasal verbs, I think that it's something I always say here on this channel. I always talk to my students about it. It's the importance of balancing how much vocabulary you study. Because, as I always say, quality is more important than numbers. All right. So I come across many students who study dozens and dozens of phrasal verbs, but they never really use it. Okay, so my main goal when I'm teaching you phrasal verbs is not to overwhelm you with many different words, but to show you possibilities, to see if you enjoy one phrasal verb more than the other. So it's easier to learn a phrasal verb when we really, truly understand it. And how do you know you understand it? Because today you can check a dictionary online. You can look up the phrasal verb. You can watch videos like mine teaching you how to the translation, the meaning of the phrasal verb. But you only know you truly learned that phrasal verb if you use it. If you use it in conversations. If you use it when you're writing. That's how you know you really learned that word. You really learned that phrasal verb. Oh, Tronco, it's your first live video. That's awesome. Everybody say hi to Tronco. Welcome. And I hope you enjoyed today's live video. That's why I chose my five phrasal verbs. I consider the following thing because what I teach you is what I do. So I chose phrasal verbs that I use. I chose phrasal verbs that I like, that I have a story to tell you because that's how I like to teach. I like to show you the real world. So whenever you study phrasal verbs, don't be frustrated by the numbers of phrasal verbs or by the number of possibilities of different translations because this can be a little bit annoying. Many students they feel bad because oh, Priscilla, there are so many different translations and possibilities and situations. Don't feel like that. All right. Be focused when you study phrasal verbs. That's how I do it. Because if I consider all the phrasal verbs I don't know, I'll be sad. I don't want to be sad. I want to be happy. So I'm happy about the phrasal verbs I know, the phrasal verbs I actually use in my everyday conversation with my clients, with my friends, and that's what counts. Okay, so I think this, before I get to my favorite phrasal verbs, that's the most important thing, the most important message I can give you. And I want to know from you, do you like to study phrasal verbs? How do you feel about phrasal verbs? Is studying phrasal verbs a challenge for you? I want to know. Let me know here in the chat. I see more people are joining. Thank you so much. If you're watching from wherever you are, I'm so happy you're here tonight. So let's get down to business. The first phrasal verb I like. I'm feeling so special tonight because I'm sharing with you something I like. It's the first time I do a video like that. So I'm sharing something that is personal that I like. And why? Because I'll tell you why. I don't have good explanations to all of them. But it's nice. Let's talk. English asked me about Rosetta Stone. I can talk about this maybe at the end of the video. It's not related to this. Then I can share what I feel about it. If I forget, please remind me by the end of this video because it won't be a very long video. Very well. My first phrasal verb is to come up with. And before I start explaining this phrasal verb, after I finish this video, I will review the description section, and then I will add all the phrasal verbs I mentioned here on this video and all the explanations and examples I give you so that you can read and make sure you understand. And if you don't understand anything, you can always post your questions here in the comments. Right now, we are in the live chat, but if you're not watching the live video, if you're watching the replay, please post your question here in the comments and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. I always read the comments. I don't always answer to all comments. I don't always reply all comments, sorry. But I've been trying my very best. Okay, so what is to come up with? And I really, really like this phrasal verb because I use it all the time. I don't have a special explanation to give you, a story to tell you. It's just a phrasal verb that I really identify with. I really relate to this phrasal verb. And why is that? When I use come up with, I'm basically saying to think of something. For example, an idea, a plan. When you have an idea, when you have to think of a plan. All right. And this phrasal verb is very popular. Native speakers use this phrasal verb all the time. I was just watching an episode of a TV series I like, and I heard one of the actors saying using this phrasal verb. So it is very popular. But I didn't learn this phrasal verb out of popularity, but because I found it very useful. And why is that? I am always telling you guys about different things we need to do, different things we need to think about to improve our English, to learn English. And this is the perfect occasion to use this phrasal verb. So here on this channel, I am always coming up with different ideas to help you become a better speaker. Did you like this example? Let me see if I can write it here. I'm always coming. So this is a perfect example. I'm always coming up with different ideas to help you learn. What do you think? Do you think this is true? Do you think I am helping you learn English? Let me know here in the chat. I hope so. Anyway, this is a very, very nice phrasal verb. You can use this in any conjugation you like, in the present or in the future, as long as it makes sense. Okay, so you need to think about that. Sometimes we get so excited about learning a phrasal verb and we don't really use it properly. Okay, and that's what I want to show you here on this video, how to use this phrasal verb correctly. And before you think, oh, but Priscilla, what if I make mistakes? Awesome! If you make mistakes, it's a sign that you're working to be better. And to be better, you have to make mistakes. So congratulations, it means you're practicing. Okay, you will only learn, you will only know if you're making progress if you give it a try. Okay, I will give you more examples. Let's see. Oh, let's say you're working and you and your team had a very nice idea for a project at work. So you can tell your boss, oh, Jack, our team, our team came up with a brilliant idea yesterday. Would you like to know it? Would you like to hear it? So here, our team, the team, came up with a brilliant idea, thought of a brilliant idea for this project. So this is a very nice way. It has nothing to do with learning English. Come up with ideas to learn English. You don't need to use only in this situation. Anything connected to thinking of an idea, there you go. You can use come up with. Okay. Another example. Let's see. This is true for me. I need to come up with a plan to reduce my credit card bill. How do you feel about that? So me, Priscilla, I need to come up with a plan to reduce my credit card cost because it's too high. Do you have problems with your credit card bill? Let me know here in the comments. Hello from Morocco, Nohalia Rida. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, so sorry about that. Hi, Gabrielle, and whoever is joining. Thanks for joining. And Monique, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. How about you? So here I said that I need to come up with a plan. I need to think of a plan to reduce, to decrease, to lower my credit card bill, the money that I pay every month for my credit card, because I'm using my credit card way too much. So I need to reduce it. Okay, do you have this problem? Let me know here in the comments. So there you go. I gave you 3 different examples to use come up with. But let me give you another one because I'm inspired tonight. Let's say the teacher asked me a difficult question. I didn't have enough time to come up with a good answer. Okay, so in this case, the teacher asked a difficult question and the student was thinking, oh, it was so difficult. I didn't have sufficient time. I didn't have enough time to come up, to think of a good answer, to come up with a good answer. So there you go, 4 different examples in different situations when you can use come up with. Okay, so you can use it in the present, as I showed you an example in the present. We use it in the past, as I showed you. So it's a very flexible phrasal verb. All it takes is a little work, a little imagination. Now that I gave you my first phrasal verb, I want to see your examples. Game on. If you are here in the live chat, it's time to practice. Yes, you. Gabrielle, Monique, Edison, Nohalia, Claudio, Andre. I want to see your examples with come up with. Okay, so you have some time now to come up with examples. So I want to see it. I hope to see it. And if you are watching the replay, I want to see your examples too. Leave your examples in the comments, and I will make sure to give it a thumbs up and give you a feedback. Okay? Very nice. Nohalia, is it your first time too on the live video? Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoy it. Now, moving on. Second phrasal verb. Oh, and this phrasal verb, I have something to tell you about it. A short story, a little more about my past. Anyways, break up. You probably know break up. Okay, this is such a popular phrasal verb. I'm pretty sure you have seen this in movies and songs. Oh my God, singers use this phrasal verb all the time. So I wanted to say oh, that's awesome, Claudio. Hands up to Claudio. He just gave an example. So most of the times, you know the most common meaning for this phrasal verb, break up. But today I'm going to show you two meanings, two possible uses. You don't need to use this phrasal verb in this situation, but I just want to tell you my story. Anyways, the phrasal verb is break up. Here in Brazil, 10 years ago, 10, no more. Oh my God. 12, 13? Yeah, a few years ago, you know. I was working at an English school, and it was it was a break. You know, I was taking my break and watching my, getting my things. I went to the teacher's room. I was on a break. I had like 10 minutes or so to have a snack. And then back then, there was this cookie that was called Break Up. The name of the cookie, the brand was Break Up. And one day I bought the Break Up cookies, the package of cookies. And then another teacher saw the cookies and he looked at me very happily. He said, Prix, break up. And then he gave it to me and we started laughing. And what was funny is that I didn't know this different use of break up, because break up is another phrasal verb that you can use when you want to break things into small pieces. Okay? So this is a different use for breakup. And that's what he was talking about. But I didn't get it at that time. So I remember that after he made that joke, I checked the meaning for breakup. And then I was like, oh, so breakup is not only to end a relationship, it's also to literally break something into small pieces. That's awesome. That's why this cookie is called breakup. Huh, I like it. And after that, I started to see and to think about the phrasal verb like with different eyes. And this is something that I like to tell my students because it shows that I have a connection with this phrasal verb. I have a story. It's something that is part of my life. It's a memory. And when you include memories, real memories in your life, it's easier to learn something because you will always remember it. I still remember the cookies, the package of the cookies. I haven't seen this cookie package anymore, this brand anymore. But what makes me happy is that something that happened more than 12 years ago is here on my mind. I can still remember it. And because of that, I learned a different meaning for the phrasal verb break up. So think about it. Think about situations you have in your everyday life that you could include a phrasal verb. And that's how you learn new vocabulary and new expressions and cool stuff. Okay, so the first phrasal verb, the first meaning for break up is to break something into smaller pieces. An example, my friend broke up the chocolate bar into equal squares so that she could share with everyone. So my friend wanted to share the chocolate bar with everybody. So what did she do? She broke the chocolate up into small squares because then everybody could have some chocolate. So this is a nice example. All right. The second meaning for break up is to end a relationship. So this is a very common meaning for this phrasal verb. And why do I say it's popular? Because you see this in songs very often, in movies, because it's about relationships. So today there are so many movies about relationships that it's natural to see this phrasal verb happening, like there, people using it. So break up, let's say my best friend broke up with her boyfriend last week. So my friend, my best friend, she ended. No more. Bye bye. She ended her relationship with with her boyfriend. You know, parents, they're so interesting when they're using computers. My father just sent me a message like, "Oh, daddy loves you so much. You're so beautiful." Thank you, daddy. Oh man, that's awesome. Valeu, pai. All right. So this is a phrasal verb I like very much. Now, moving on. Do without. Okay. The next phrasal verb number 3. Okay. Do without. Imagine something you really like. Okay, everybody, if you can write here what's something you really like, something you like to do, or maybe something you like to drink or to eat. Imagine that. Did you imagine something you like, something you really like to do or to drink or to eat? Now I have a question for you. Can you do without this? What is that supposed to mean? All right. Do without means to live without something. But let me tell you here something important. It's not in a dramatic way, like, oh, I can't live without you. No, it's not in this dramatic sense, okay? It's more with the idea of necessity. Can, I can, I can do without my phone. I think so. I can live without my phone. Maybe not forever, but I can do without my phone for 2 days. Okay? I can do without my phone for 2 days. I can live without my phone for 2 days. That means I will not have my phone. I will not use my phone. I will not call anybody because I will not have my phone. So, can you do without the thing you like for a week? Claudio asked me. Nice, Claudio. You are on fire tonight. Thanks for participating. Can you do without chocolate, teacher? You know, actually, I can. There's someone participating here in the chat and it's not cool. Let's see if I can block this person. Okay. Remove. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it'll remove. I'm not sure. But we'll see. Okay, report. Unwanted. No harassment. Okay, very well. Report it. Okay, I think it's nice to participate in live videos as long as you are contributing, asking questions, and participating. Any offensive comments to the people in the room? Not cool. Okay. Denilson, hi. I'm asking people to give examples. Where are your examples? Only Claudio tonight? Oh, no. So Claudio asked if I can do without chocolate. You know, until 2 weeks ago, I would probably say no. But I am a changed woman, and I can finally tell you that I can do without chocolate for a very long time. I'm very happy about that. So yes, I can. So do you understand the meaning of do without? It means that you're going to manage your life without something or even someone. Okay. Another example. In the past, I had this boss and he was amazing. Okay. He was a great boss. I really liked him. But he had one problem. He couldn't do without an assistant. He needed an assistant. And why? Because he was not as organized. He needed someone to organize his schedule and his meetings and his email. So he really needed his assistant. So he couldn't do without his assistant. So this is another example. He couldn't live without his assistant, not in a dramatic, romantic way. He had the necessity. He really needed her. Okay? Nice. So, do you have any questions about this one? Very well. Final example with do without. I can do without milk. I mean, I like milk, I really do. But it's okay. I can manage my life without milk. I can do without milk. Okay? Awesome. Phrasal verb number 4. This phrasal verb is also very common. And hi, Anna. Thanks for joining. Fantastic fifth. Hello from Thailand. All right. Hello from Brazil. This phrasal verb is also one phrasal verb I really like. And I learned really when I was a student. And it's funny because I was like a nerd. So whenever I learned something new, I had to use it all the time. So I was always trying to find new opportunities and situations to talk about this, to use this phrasal verb. And the phrasal verb is put up with. Okay, put up with. Here it is. Yeah. So what's the meaning of this phrasal verb? Do you know? It means to tolerate. Okay. That's basically the meaning of this phrasal verb. So one thing that I like to say about this phrasal verb is that we usually use this phrasal verb in negative, okay, in the negative sentence. Maria de Paula, I need to come up with a plan to improve my English. Awesome, very nice. Great. So to tolerate, I usually use in the negative. So for example, I can't put up with my neighbor. He is so loud. I really don't like the guy. So in this case, I'm giving you an example. I'm talking about my neighbor. Don't worry, it's just an example. My neighbor is cool. No problems here. So I'm basically saying that I cannot tolerate my neighbor. And then I explain the problem. I say, well, because he's loud. He's always playing loud music or moving around. So I cannot put up with my neighbor. I can't tolerate my neighbor. So this is another one for put up with. This is the most common situation. Okay. And now, Priscilla, you said that we can't use this phrasal verb is commonly used in negative sentences. Can't I ever use this phrasal verb in affirmative sentences? Yes, it's just a little bit more difficult to find a context, a nice context to use this phrasal verb. That's why I say it's more common in negative sentences, because we usually don't tolerate people. So it's easier to talk about things we don't tolerate rather than things we do tolerate. Okay? Nice. So another example, for example, in affirmative, I would say, oh, it's really difficult to put up with my neighbor. Okay? So in this case, I used an affirmative sentence. I said it's difficult to tolerate my neighbor. So this is a good example in an affirmative way. Okay, it's an affirmative sentence. And I'm using the phrasal verb put up with. So the idea here is I'm saying that it's difficult. It's not easy. It's difficult to tolerate my neighbor, to put up with. Now, someone asked me, Priscilla, what's the meaning of tolerate? Okay, I'm gonna give you a link here to Oxford. I always tell my students to do that. I never give them an answer right away. I ask them to research. I always suggest Oxford dictionaries because they are in English, so you'll always find the best answer there. So usually, tolerate means that someone does something to you and you don't like it, but you kind of accept it. You kind of respect it. You know, so you're like, fine. I will tolerate that. So that's the idea. It's not that you like what the person does. No, you don't like what the person did. You don't agree with what the person did, but you respect it. You permit the situation to happen, but it's not something that you're happy about. Okay, I hope that clarifies. So in this case, I cannot tolerate my neighbor's noise, or it's difficult for me to tolerate. It's difficult for me to put up with his behavior. Okay. Do you have a difficult neighbor? Let me know in the comments. Okay. Here in the chat. Nice. Final phrasal verb. And I like this one very, very much. And I have another story. I already knew this phrasal verb for a while when I saw this a movie. The movie is called Music and Lyrics. It's a very nice movie. Okay, if you have some time, watch it. Abid Mohammed is saying, "I cannot put up with my boss. He's very nervous." Nice. I like your example. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get a better boss soon. Moving on. So I watched this movie and then I saw this phrasal verb in a different context. And I really liked it because I had learned this phrasal verb already. I used it, I had used this phrasal verb already, but I was so excited to see it in a song. Okay, so let's see if I find the song so that I can share it with you. And I was very excited because it's a song that makes it very clear for you to understand uh, the meaning of the phrasal verb. So the song is like this: figuring out you and me is like doing a love autopsy. They could operate all day long and never figure out what went wrong. Love autopsy. And then it goes like that. So, what I like about this phrasal verb is that I saw it on a song and I love music. I love to sing. So, I decided to use this phrasal verb because it reminded me of a movie. See, again, I'm giving you a phrasal verb that is connected to a memory, that is connected to a feeling, to a movie I saw. So this is nice. Oh, thank you, Anderson. I work hard. So anyway, so the song says, figuring out you and me is like doing a love autopsy. So what is to figure out? To figure out is to think. You have to think about something or someone until you understand it. So you will think until you understand it. And then they said, the song, they could operate all day long and never figure out what went wrong. So they could try to operate all day to try to discover, but they would never understand what the problem is. So I loved this song because it was a contextualized way to learn this phrasal verb. And I watched this movie years ago and I already knew the phrasal verb, but I was so excited to see that. And it's music and lyrics. In Portuguese, it's very similar, okay, Antonio? Music and lyrics. So it's an amazing movie. So when you want to figure out something, you are trying to think about something until you understand. So you are trying to understand something. That's the idea of this phrasal verb. Okay. Another example. Oh, John is such a difficult person. I can't figure him out. So I can't really understand him. He's a difficult person to understand. I can't figure him out. So I'm here thinking and thinking and thinking, but I can't understand him. I can't figure him out. Do you know difficult people that you talk to and they are difficult for you to understand? Let me know here in the chat, okay? Or in the comments. Remember, I'm always checking the comments. And tell me, are you enjoying the live? Yes? So hit the like button. And hey, if you share this video with your friends, you are helping this community grow and you're helping other people learn. So if you have some time, please make sure to share this video with your friends on your social media. Okay? Sally gave an example. I'm trying to figure out what happened to my plant. Awesome, Sally. Good job. This is nice. Did your plant die? Did you forget to water your plant? Because this could be a reason why. I'm just messing with you. It's just a joke. Okay. Very nice. Next example. Let's see. Oh, before I give you my next example, there is a different meaning we can give, a different use we can give to this phrasal verb. You can't think of a situation until you understand it, but you can also think about costs when you are trying to calculate, to understand how much something is going to cost you. This is a good example. This is a good phrasal verb. Sorry about that. Tronco is saying, I can't figure out the puzzle. Awesome. Good job. Good job. I like it. Thanks for participating, guys. I'm really excited to know that. And I may even make more videos about like this. You know, if you want videos where I talk about expressions and give you examples, let me know. Okay, let me know in the comments. I want to see later on the comments I'll be reading. And if you want to see videos like this where I talk to you about expressions and during the live video, let me know. Okay. Anyways, so the second meaning for figure out is when you are trying to understand, to calculate the cost of something. Okay. Figure out. So, for example, I need to figure out how much my next trip will cost. Okay, so this is a good example. Let's see. How much do you think I need to figure out the price of my next car? You know? So this is a good way to use figure out. Or another example with the regular meaning of figure out, the usual, when you're trying to understand someone or something. He finally figured out what's happening between the kids. So he finally understood, he was thinking about it, and he finally understood what's happening between the kids. Adenilson wants to figure out the best way to learn advanced English. That's awesome. Congratulations. It's so nice to see you guys participating. So guys, these are my 5 favorite phrasal verbs. And what I like about these 5 phrasal verbs is that they all have a connection to something I did in the past, something I like. And that's my biggest recommendation for you. You know, from all the tips and the explanations I gave you in this video, if there's something you can keep in mind, something you can think about, is you need to connect the meanings and the expressions you learn to your life. The more connected to your reality the vocabulary is, the easier it'll be for you to learn. And that's why I'm always learning new words and new expressions, because I find a way to bring this to my reality. So break up. So this is one phrasal verb. Break up, put up with. Let's see, figure out. What other one? Come up with. Come up with and do without. So these are my favorite phrasal verbs because I found a way to use them. And now you know my stories, and you can also learn how to use these phrasal verbs effectively. Okay? I don't know if you follow my blog, but on my blog, you can learn more phrasal verbs. I'm always posting, making posts on my blog. And the nice thing is that you can find different posts about phrasal verbs. So I'm going to put the link here. Yeah, it'll work. So this is my blog. You can check there the phrasal verb section, and there you will find more phrasal verbs. Maybe some phrasal verbs I talked about here in this video. Sally, no, that's not my first language. Okay, very well. So guys, the next live video will be in 2 weeks, not next Friday, the next one, the following one. Okay, and next week there will be videos. I didn't post anything this week. I was coming back from a course, and there was a lot going on, and I didn't have the time to edit my videos. But for next week, everything's back to normal. You will have your videos. No live video next week, but on the following one, for sure. Very nice. So guys, thank you so much for taking the time to be here tonight, and I hope to see your answers in the comments. And please share this video with your friends, because then you're helping this community grow and helping other people learn. Thank you so much, guys, and have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.